Just a couple of silly friends talking about serious stuff.
Welcome back to part 2 of our reaction to Legally Blonde. I'm Enough.
And I'm Ed. Welcome back.
And we're gonna jump right back into part 2.
Do you remember when we spent those 4 amazing hours in concert after winter formal?
Yeah, no.
This is so much better than that.
Oh, I love how she gets both of them at the same time with that.
4 hours.
So what? I could sit in a hot tub for 4 hours. Hot tubs are wonderful.
I get the impression they weren't
after a while.
sitting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'd get pruny though. Oh, now she's all dressed and serious and nice.
Thank you. Welcome.
Taking the high road.
Defending Brooke Wyndham, whose very wealthy husband was found shot to death.
Gold digger?
She was rich on her own, some kind of fitness empire.
Wait, are you talking about Brooke Taylor?
You know her?
She's a Delta Nu, but I used to take her class at the Los Angeles Sports Club. She's amazing. She can make you lose like 3 pounds in one class. She's completely gifted.
That is not good.
She's completely guilty as well. She was seen standing over her husband's dead body.
By who?
His 26-year-old daughter and the pool boy.
Oh wow, pool boy, like so cliche. I love it.
Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands. They just don't.
That is, I don't like this argument because like I could see her saying I don't think she did it because, you know, I met her and she always seemed so happy and kind and something like that. But like that is a dumb argument. And I feel it's not in character. It's out of character for her because yes, sometimes she can be a little bit airheady kind of, but she's never dumb. Exercise release endorphins, but the idea that like that means you're automatically happy doesn't, like, that's silly. Like plenty of people who exercise regularly are depressed or upset or like, you know, dealing with mental health issues or just in life situations that other than the working out, they're miserable. So the leap from she exercises so she's happy is kind of a dumb one. And then the leap from and happy people, like, yes, happy people don't shoot their husbands, but like there's so many motives for murder. Like maybe it was self-defense, like who knows? So the idea that you go straight from exercise, happy, no murder, it's just such a stretch as to like sound kind of dumb. And I don't think that was fair to the character of Elle Woods because she's not dumb.
I don't usually like terms like smart or intelligent in general. I try to avoid them, but I think that people who are traditionally, conventionally seen as intelligent often make dumb statements and dumb arguments, and maybe they change their minds later. Maybe it takes somebody pointing out to them, that's what? No. And then, oh, okay, well, sure. Yeah. You know, I didn't think about it that way. Like, I mean, I've done that. And I graduated with honors from one of the top universities in the country. So,
no, that's an excellent point. You make an excellent point. I guess it's just this specific leap in logic was just felt so out of character for me. You're absolutely right that like, yes, that smart people can say dumb things. I actually once saw someone, there was a quote, someone said essentially, you have to be college educated to say something that stupid. Like there are certain things that it's referred to as the curse of expertise or something like that. That's not what this felt like to me. This just felt like, oh, the dumb blonde said something, haha. That's the problem. It wasn't the type of leap in logic that a person might make through logical reasoning and education. It's the sort of thing I would have expected from the dumb, vapid blonde character in a frat movie.
Yeah, and I think
she's not that.
But she is a very privileged sorority girl. And that is most of her life up until now. And she hasn't really dealt with different types of people and different scenarios. So to her, people who exercise are happy. to me, it still seems like part of her character, even though it's not a good argument.
Okay.
But I do see your point as well.
I see yours as well. Interesting. Okay.
High five.
All right. All right. That's the kind of stuff you get on the show. Two people who can disagree while coming to understand the other's point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw my husband lying on the floor. I bent down to check his heart, screamed my head off, and then Enrique and Chutney ran inside.
Chutney.
Where they saw you standing over the body covered in his blood.
Why would I kill my husband?
Insurance?
Oh, that's Allie Larder. She's cool.
Yeah, I like Allie Larder.
With plenty of reasons.
I loved him.
He was 34 years older than you. That doesn't look so good to a jury.
Then show them a picture of his dick. That might clear a few things up.
I mean, can you submit that as evidence?
Gonna want an alibi.
Well, I can't give you that. And if you put me on the stand, I'll lie.
Well, that's not good. Don't put her on the stand.
Yeah, but the DA will.
Well, she doesn't have to go on the stand, right?
I think if you're called, you have to. I don't know. Any lawyer viewers know how that works?
We need some legal experts.
Yes.
Are you one of my lawyers?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, thank God one of you has a brain.
I do enjoy Allie Larder.
I have a friend who told me that Allie Larder was her like awakening, her sexual awakening from Resident Evil. Her role in Resident Evil 3, the Resident Evil Extinction.
I actually think for me it was more her role in Drive Me Crazy.
I haven't seen
She was this cool alt girl. She had the best hair.
I've got a package.
Oh, he is not subtle.
He's got a package.
Wow, that was great.
That might be a theme for me. Unsubtle.
Yes.
Whoa.
Take it easy.
I don't like people getting that close to me like that.
Trust me, Paulette, you have all the equipment. You just need to read the manual. Okay, I'm going to show you a little maneuver that my mother taught me in junior high.
Oh.
Junior high?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Used appropriately. It has an 83% rate of return on a dinner invitation.
But I love the fact that she has like statistics, like even though 97% of statistics are made up on the spot, but
Come on, you try.
I think statistics are highly misunderstood.
oh, that was the joke. Was they can also be manipulated to accomplish what you want.
Bend and snap.
I can't get over the part that her mom taught it to her in junior high. And it's just
supposed
passed
to
off
give
as
us
a joke.
I think we're supposed to give us more insight into her character and her backstory.
And perhaps her backstory, her upbringing.
But I think that more education of how statistics work would help people not be so misled.
Yes.
Because if you have some good understanding of it, you can look at what people are saying and be like, okay, that's not accurate.
Yep. It goes beyond just statistics. It's also critical thinking skills. There is nothing more dangerous to bigotry than critical thinking, because someone with excellent critical thinking skills will see right through the rhetoric.
Yeah, I think part of the problem, I mean, yes, fully agree with you. And I think part of the problem is that even though we say critical thinking skills, when people hear that who aren't familiar with what that really means, they hear is, you think I'm stupid. You think I can't think. When they're not hearing the skills part, that there are very specific skills that you have to learn and practice and continue to practice throughout your whole life. It's not just a you can think or you can't kind of situation. Yeah. And I think people hear it as a criticism of their intelligence, which, as we've already mentioned, is a bullshit thing to begin with.
So back to Bend and Snap then?
Work it out! Work it out!
I love the sisterhood in this. Like,
yeah,
the way the women just support each other and own their sexuality too.
Mm-hmm.
What about the mother?
Covered. She was in Aspen at the time. Vivian, give me some plum sauce.
I had the same facial reaction as Vivian.
We need an alibi.
The entire clinic skincare line, some aromatherapy candles, a loofah.
I love the way she's looking at that stuff like she's like horny for it.
Yeah, or she wants to gobble it up.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you all right?
I'm just glad that it's you and not Callahan.
He means well. Professor Callahan says we really, really need your alibi.
Al, I can't. I mean, you don't understand. It would ruin me.
How?
Her acting in this is really strong. Like,
It is.
On the day of Hayworth's murder, liposuction! Oh, God! It's not like normal women can have this ass.
Like, she's not a normal woman.
I've already lost my husband.
her acting in this is so good. Holy crap.
Brooke, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, I really like Allie Larder.
Holy crap.
I think she acts well.
Thank you.
Why is she not in more?
Vivian, grab me some coffee.
Also, I love the casual sexism being portrayed. Like, it's very obviously being done, but like,
It's done casually.
it's done
Like, he doesn't
casually.
even
It's done,
notice.
yeah, it's done well. But it's also, I worry that it's done as kind of, we're not supposed to really care because it's being done to Vivian, and Vivian's the bad guy. So I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about it. Because it's on the one hand, like, oh, look at the casual sexism, but on the other hand, oh, it's being done to Vivian, so who cares, you know? I don't know.
Seems like it's setting up a character arc.
I can't break the bonds of sisterhood.
Screw sisterhood. This is a murder trial, not some scandal.
We keep talking about sisterhood, and that's literally, screw sisterhood.
If you tell him, he'll probably hire you as a summer associate. Who cares about Brooke? Think about yourself.
I gave her my word, Warner.
So what?
That was a good look from Vivian. So that's the person I'm dating.
Spa. Isn't that kind of like your mothership?
I could go if you want me to.
Emmett,
Yeah.
go with her.
I forgot how little Owen Wilson actually has to do in this movie. Like, his character's pointless.
Yeah, so now we're getting a little bonding time.
Yeah.
She seems to me like she's hiding something.
But maybe it's not what you think.
Maybe it's exactly what I think.
He's kind of got a point.
A butthead? Why would you call me that? I can't believe you just called me a butthead. I mean, no one's called me a butthead since about the 9th grade.
Maybe not to your face.
That was cute. Who doesn't love some good bonding banter?
Yeah.
Mrs. Wyndham Vandermark?
So I hear that little tart from California shot poor Hayworth. Never actually met the woman. But my daughter tells me they humped like gorillas.
Ew.
Wasn't enough, though, for Brooke.
Why do you say that?
Haven't you seen The Cabana Boy?
Cabana Boy.
You hold more cards than you think you do. And I personally would like to see you take that power and channel it towards the greater good, you know?
Oh, that was some bad ADR work. His mouth was not synced up at all.
Hey,
Yeah?
how do you think I'd look as a blonde, you know?
We do know he looked like Owen Wilson. Honestly, I think this movie might be better without him as a character. He adds nothing, and this movie doesn't need a romance because it's about her discovering herself,
Mm-hmm.
You're a dork.
I'm in law school.
Look, I'm not gonna go out with you. I can't believe you'd even ask.
Well, it does give a perspective of a man who's treating a woman well.
Excuse me.
That's true. That's true with respect.
Why didn't you call me?
What?
We spent a beautiful night together and then I never hear from you again?
I don't know how I feel about this. On the one hand, she's helping him. On the other hand, she's lying. Like, she's tricking girls into wanting to date him. And also, like, hyping him up maybe a bit too much.
Well, forget it. I've already spent too many hours crying over you.
I don't know. It's good comedy though. It is kind of funny. And it shows her being helpful, like, selflessly.
When did you want to go out?
Also, this is just dumb.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who acts like that.
Yeah. Like, that's not going to convince a girl to go for him. It's like, oh, he'll be good at pleasuring me and then never call me again. Like, that's not good.
Deposition yet?
Oh, yeah, here.
I mean, I guess I could see it.
I guess.
I still can't believe you didn't tell Callahan the alibi.
It's not my alibi to tell.
I know. And I thought that was very classy of you.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm trying to decide if this came sort of too quickly, her sort of turn from a villain to a possible friend.
Did you ever notice how Callahan never asked Warner to bring him his coffee? I mean, he's asked me at least 10 times. Did you know when he first applied? He got waitlisted. His father had to make a call.
You're kidding.
She's so excited to gossip.
Oh, God, that's such a precious dog.
Yes, he is. That is a precious dog.
Oh,
He's very friendly.
sure.
Aww. I want to hold a tiny dog.
Oh, he's giving me kisses.
I like that Elle doesn't hold a grudge. She's just like, okay, you're being genuine, I'll be genuine back. That's nice.
Yeah. I think that she also recognizes that the power balance has shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
And it would feel maybe a little bit like punching down. Which, while Selma Blair's character did, she doesn't want to do.
Standing over my father's dead body.
Linda Cardellini.
That's Linda Cardellini? Oh my god.
While the Latin boy handed her a drink.
Oh god.
Can you tell us what this is?
The Latin boy.
This is the uniform that Mrs. Wyndham asked you to wear while cleaning her pool? Have you and Mrs. Wyndham had sexual relations?
Yes, okay.
He looks so smug.
Also, what was Ali Larder wearing? Like, what?
Newspaper
what?
jacket.
That's a weird thing.
He wears a thong.
Never.
I just like watching him clean the filter.
I know.
That's still kind of gross that she makes him wear that. That's kind of gross.
Yeah. Doesn't make
Like,
her
I thought that was a
murder.
lie. I thought it was a lie that she, like, nope, apparently.
Yeah. Doesn't mean she killed somebody, but it's not great.
It's
also,
it's
why
abusing
wouldn't-
your power.
Why wouldn't you sleep with somebody who wears a thong?
I know.
Don't get
especially
that.
because you made him wear it.
Yeah.
I got a big one for you.
See, yes, it's a little gross the way he's being, but at the same time, they have this ongoing dynamic, and she's clearly into it. Like,
Yeah. My reaction is purely me.
okay.
I love the sound effect.
Honestly, I wish this movie had more Jennifer Coolidge and less and less Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson. Oh my god!
He broke his nose?
Oh my god!
My snap was all over the place.
It was a good snap. He just got in the way. Okay, this is really funny. Like, it's complete nonsense, but doing caricature versions of the court artist is funny.
Did you ever take Mrs. Wyndham on a date?
Yes.
Where?
A restaurant in Concord where no one could recognize us.
And how long have you been sleeping with Mrs. Wyndham?
3 months.
And your boyfriend's name is?
Chuck.
Right.
That is a real tactic that does work pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Salvatore.
I was confused. You see, I thought you said friend. Chuck is just a friend.
Oh, okay. You bitch!
Also, bisexual people exist?
Yes. Well,
I mean, it's a funny line, but
it is a funny line. Also, that you bitch, like, oh, a gay man isn't capable of understanding what's going on. Like, he's in the audience. He knows what's going on. Like, he's not capable of just being quiet for 2 minutes while like his partner lies so that they get the money or whatever they're after. Like,
yeah, I did not understand Chuck's reaction either. Like, why wasn't he upset that he was having a sexual relationship with Mrs. Wyndham before that?
Exactly. And if he knew about it, then he was in on it, then who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I guess unless he was bisexual and he told his boyfriend that he had a past relationship with Mrs. Wyndham, but it was no longer active. And so he thought it was something in the past. But even then, you could still say on the stand, I'm bisexual, who I'm dating now has no bearing on my past. I mean, even if whatever I am now still has no bearing on what I've done in the past.
Yes, like, but let's be honest, bi people didn't exist till 2019, obviously.
What happened in 2019?
Nothing. I was making a joke about bisexual erasure. This might be a great episode if you're curious to see our full thoughts on some of the topics that we only touched on in the YouTube version. The much longer versions will be on our Patreon if you want to check that out.
Yeah, we get into it.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, Callahan asked to see you before you leave.
Really?
Yeah, you know, he already has his coffee, but maybe he needs a donut.
Okay. Do you need help?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, bye.
I like how they start bonding. It kind of makes sense. Like it feels a little out of nowhere, but also like the camera cut to her just enough at different times that it fit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm remembering this scene now. Oh no.
Is everything all right?
You followed your intuition today, and you were right on target. About the alibi.
I'm sorry.
I'm impressed that you took the initiative to go there and get it. That's what makes a good lawyer. And on top of that, you gained the client's trust and kept it. That's what makes a great lawyer.
See, this scene makes me sad because he's coming across as a kind, fatherly mentor figure.
I know it's very competitive.
Well, you know what competition's really about, don't you? Knowing exactly what you want and how far you'll go to get it.
Oh.
How far will L go?
Ew. I really wanted to like this guy.
Yeah.
I'm a man who knows what he wants.
And I'm a law student who just realized her professor is a pathetic asshole.
I so wanted to like him because he really, like, when he was sitting on the desk and talking to her, like, it was really, like, kind and mentory and lovely. And then not. God, men suck. And I know it's just a movie, but how often has that exact thing happened in real life?
What?
Oh, maybe you should sleep with the jury, too. Then we can win the case.
I like the shot of her in the elevator doors there.
The music's laying it on a little thick. I don't love the musical choice. Like, I already feel sad and awful and I'm angry. I don't need the music to tell me to be sad.
Law school was a mistake. This whole internship was a mistake.
What are you talking about? You earned it.
Callahan only gave me that internship because he liked the way I looked, which he made clear tonight when he tried to feel me up.
Callahan did what?
And we're trying to be something that I'm just not.
What if you're trying to be somebody you are? What the hell with Callahan? Stay.
I like the fact that he believed her, or at the very least didn't dispute it. Like, he didn't be like, what? You would never. Are you? He was like, wait, what? Like, he was surprised, sure, but he didn't try to like defend or anything. It was just like he accepted it, you know, and that matters.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
All people see when they look at me is blonde hair and big boobs. No one's ever gonna take me seriously. I don't even think my own parents take me seriously.
They definitely don't.
It just felt like, for the first time, that someone expected me to do something more with my life than just become a Victoria's Secret model. Callahan never saw me as a lawyer. He just saw me as a piece of ass. Just like everybody else.
I actually think his motivations might have been a little bit more complicated. I think that maybe he was attracted to her because she's talented and bright and vibrant.
I mean,
And
doesn't
he
change,
was fucked up.
Yeah, doesn't change the fact that what he did doesn't matter why.
I agree.
If you're going to let one stupid prick ruin your life.
Love that line.
You're not the girl I thought you were.
I wish we had another scene of the two of them sort of bonding or her becoming impressed with Elle instead of all the focus on Callahan.
Well, we did
'Cause
get
now
one
this is-
scene. We got one scene of her being impressed with Elle.
Yeah. Honestly, get rid of Emmett and give all of the scenes of her sort of growing with the what's her name?
I also think that it maybe gives even more weight to what she's saying, that she hasn't been thinking as positively about Elle up to now. That
That's
she's
true.
not just saying it because she likes her, but that
That's a
she
good
actually
point.
respects her.
Thinks I'm guilty, doesn't he?
That's not what's important, though.
If he doesn't trust me, why should I trust him?
Ask Elle. She looked pretty cozy with him last night.
No, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Callahan hit on her, so she quit.
Scumbag.
Oh, God. I feel terrible. I made a huge mistake.
Yeah. But at least you can admit it.
Maybe there's something we can do about it.
Thank you.
Emmett
I
does
love her
have a couple
outfits.
things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wears that well.
Get up.
What?
See, to me, that reads more power lesbian than than granola, but you know, whatever.
I love her outfits. I love this. David! Oh, Elle, right. We're supposed to be excited about Elle, not David.
I think we were supposed to be excited about both of them.
I know. I'm teasing. I love David.
I'm not a big fan of her outfit, but I like that she's wearing what makes her feel good.
Court ruling 3.03.
See?
You're not going up there.
Oh, yes, I am.
I'm sorry, maybe you didn't hear me. You were fired.
Go away.
Your Honor, I have no problem with it.
I'm not allowing it.
Oh, but you agreed last night in your office when we were discussing my career.
Oh, that look.
Licensed attorney to supervise you.
I'll supervise, Your Honor.
That's why Emmett's there.
Right.
But they could have made it a different partner or
Yeah.
associate, whatever.
Oh my god, I love her outfits.
Oh my God, there she is. Elle! Elle, we came to see your trial.
This doesn't look good for her as a lawyer, though. This is gonna like.
Judge and everything. And jury people. Vote for Elle!
Ladies, take a seat.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
And I love that Velma's on the stand.
Oh, did she play Velma? I didn't watch any of those movies. They look terrible.
Were bad. They are. I mean, the first one's sort of a guilty pleasure. It's bad but fun.
And I mean, I do love me some trash.
It's
For
good
sure.
trash. It's good trash.
Okay.
I am aware of the meaning of mens rea. What I'm unaware of is why you're giving me a vocabulary lesson when you should be questioning your witness.
She is a bit out of her depth.
Miss Wyndham, when you...
That face.
Was your father there?
Not that I saw, but like I said, I went straight upstairs to take a shower.
But Mrs. Wyndham didn't have a gun.
No, she'd stashed it by then.
Move to strike that from the record, Your Honor. It's speculation.
So stricken.
I love that he's being supportive. Like, he's still the more experienced and he's doing his job, but he's also being supportive and letting her take the lead.
Where you got in the shower?
Why is he still there?
He's allowed to be. He wants to see her fail. Because he's a douche.
Had you ever gotten a perm before?
Yes.
How many would you say?
2 a year since I was 12.
How does she not see what she's walking into here? I've never had a perm, and I saw this a mile away.
Because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance that you're forbidden to wet your hair for at least 24 hours after getting a perm, at the risk of deactivating the ammonium thioglycolate?
Oh, the face of the lawyer's like, oh, fuck.
wouldn't have had time to hide the gun before you got downstairs, which would mean that you would have had to have found
the face.
I thought it was you walking through the door.
You hated her that much?
I don't know.
Bailiffs take the witness into custody where she will be charged for the murder of Hayworth Wyndham. This case is dismissed.
Don't the jury, like, how does, again, lawyer viewers, can the judge do that? Or does the jury need to deliberate?
Yeah.
Like, how does that
good
work?
Questions. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I definitely think more Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Her hair is getting a little flat.
So brilliant in there.
Which actually makes sense because she's been working, like, you know, been busy working all day. She was nervous, sweat, you know.
You are the girl for me.
Really?
Pooh Bear.
But if I'm going to be a partner in a law firm by the time I'm 30, I need a boyfriend who's not such a complete bonehead.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love the, like, just going into the light. Yes.
I present the graduates of Harvard Law School, class of 2004.
There wasn't
Hey,
really...
that's the year I came out.
There wasn't really a reconciliation of her and Vivian. I would have liked to see that, but I guess it's not that necessary.
Elle Woods.
And I could have done more with her as well. I could have done with more of what's her name?
Holland Taylor is always entertaining.
Holland Taylor. Yeah.
Remembering that first impressions are not always correct.
Aww.
And most importantly,
I like his suit.
This dude.
You must always have faith in yourself.
Yeah.
We did it!
Oh my god, he still got a martini. I'm gonna like cosplay as that guy, just perma martini. Call back to the opening song.
Vivian. Oh, yes, yes.
Yay! Oh, buddy.
Oh, yay! I love how he's just UPS guy. I love he's just UPS guy. He doesn't have a name in the credits. He's just UPS guy. That's great. Nothing standing in my way.
I think I was pretty surprised at how emotional throwing my grad cap in the air was. Because I think I thought the whole thing was kind of frivolous for a little while, but when I started going to college, I never thought that I'd be able to succeed at it. I thought I'd not even last a semester. And that sense of accomplishment and the reality of actually doing it turned out to be quite emotional. Yeah, that was Legally Blonde. Yay!
Yes, watching it for the first time as an adult, I see why it's such a beloved like rom-com classic.
Yeah, I love the women supporting women, even the trope of like being cutthroat against each other and pitted against each other ends up resolving and they support each other by the end. That's really nice.
It also what I liked is that often when you have a man being inappropriate to a woman, like abusing his power, he's shown as like gross and overbearing. But Garber's character, Callahan, he was well put together, actually a pretty good looking man. Like he's a good looking guy, you know, for his age in general, whatever. And up to that point, he hadn't been creepy in any way. He'd been a little bit of an asshole here and there, like a lot of successful, powerful people are, but never like, and he'd been shown to be sexist several times toward Vivian and honestly toward his client as well. But therefore, when he did what he did to Elle, it did come as a surprise. It was very well done. It wasn't telegraphed.
It's really important to remember that you are successful at being an abuser by not seeming like an abuser and being good at hiding it around the people that you need to hide it around. And I think that that is a really good point that you made, that it's very important to show that people who are charming and well put together can also be doing abusive things behind the scenes.
I felt that it made it more realistic, which makes it more painful and hard to watch.
Yeah. If you're gonna let one stupid prick.
Yes, I love it every step of the way in the movie. They had women supporting women. Yeah, I was also very funny. It's a funny. It mostly holds up, like so many other movies of the era. Portrayal of queer people, not great. They're either not there or they're there for a quick joke. Or in the case of Enid's character, I really hated how they treated Enid's character. Like, she didn't actually impact the story at all, which means the only purpose she was there was to be the angry lesbian character. And like, why would you include an angry lesbian character who contributes nothing to the plot unless you're just being kind of homophobic?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if she was a major player in the story who also happened to be not a great portrayal. She literally could have been written out and you'd have lost nothing.
I thought the judge was well cast.
Yeah.
She was entertaining. She had good comedic timing while also definitely having an air of authority and what's the word I'm looking for? Competence. I didn't feel like the coded autistic I'm just assuming it's coded autistic because it
was pretty obvious. Yeah.
There are common Hollywood tropes for how to stereotype specific demographics of people, and I felt like they were following specific tropes with him, but I didn't feel like they were really making fun of him. They showed him as being different, but I didn't feel like they were punching down on him.
This definitely needed more Jennifer Coolidge. That's one thing I will say. I was pretty hard on Luke Wilson on the character of Emmett, but the more I think about it, you made some really good points about how, you know, where he actually was important. I don't think it needed a romance, but what I also like is that the romance didn't happen till after the movie was basically over in the epilogue. Like, there was some tension there. There was some romantic, and not even sexual tension, but romantic tension. But it was never over the top. It was never the point, and he wasn't a rebound. They didn't start dating until after the movie ended. And at the end, it's not, oh, she gets another man, thus completing the circle. It's, no, she becomes her own person who don't need no man, thus completing the circle.
Yeah, I do agree that I think they could have left the romance out and written it as just a supportive associate that is respectful and it doesn't necessarily have romantic or sexual attraction to her. I think that would have been really nice also. It did feel a little like in old school Jane Austen times where you have to write in a marriage at the end or they won't publish your fucking book.
In 2001, they had to. Let's be honest. Like, in 2001, they still had to. Superhero movies had to have a romance. You look at every single superhero movie until about 2010, 2011, every single one of them has a love interest romance, even if it serves nothing to the plot. Like, Batman, even Batman, like, always had a romance, even though, like, yes, he has in the comics, but that's a more recent thing, really. And
can't have anyone think you were queer.
Superman's romance is integral to his character for sure. But does Ghost Rider need a romance, really? Ghost Rider, the guy whose head bursts into a flame and tears out the souls of the guilty, does he need a romance? Seriously? So yeah, overall, I really liked the movie. It was a lot of fun. Reese Witherspoon was fantastic.
Yeah, she was.
And I forgot how gorgeous she was. I mean, still is, but in this, like, good gosh, she was gorgeous.
And to go from like Election to this, I think is really great.
So that was Legally Blonde. Thank you so much for joining us. As we asked a few times, any lawyers or those knowledgeable about law, we'd love to hear your comments in terms of the actual workings of American law, because we don't know. Thank you so much for joining us.
And any other comment, we want to read them. Tell us what you liked about the movie and which character was your favorite. Anything else you want to add? We would love to read that.
Thank you for joining us. I've been Edward.
I'm Enough. Thanks so much. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.